This week on Talk of the Town, we visit Evans Mini Farm. Be sure to check out their spring festival this weekend. We also have a lot of sports highlights and interviews from last week, including something new, as we feature the Rugby Club.
The best way to describe how everything happened was like one thing led to another. We really just moved to Bothwell to have just a small little family farm. We started with a couple of goats and chickens, and then got a couple of miniature donkeys.
The stipulation is we'd never have anything on this farm that we couldn't eat.
That didn't last long. We don't eat any of these guys. Really, what amped it up was COVID. We kind of got really a lot of time on our hands during COVID when we were working less. So that's when I started doing like the goat milk soap and lotion and things. And then Mike kind of got into the miniature cattle. So we breed that now, and then we started doing events. Our first event was October of 2020, and then because people love them so much, we kind of just kept adding. So that's kind of how it started.
So now we've got miniature goats, miniature horses, miniature cattle, miniature donkeys,
miniature pigs, and 2 sheep.
2 sheep.
Yeah.
No partridges.
No partridges.
Yeah.
We do 2 festivals a year. We do our spring one, which right now we do over 2 weekends. And that includes the baby animals, and then we do bounce houses and activities like that. Then we do our fall festival, which is more of like a harvest festival type of thing. We have like a straw bale maze, we have a corn pit. We still have all the miniature animals, but not the babies. Everything you see here is our everyday life, besides the activities and things. So everybody is kind of where they're at, what they do all year long. But then we have started adding vendors to our events. So out by the games and everything, we've got local vendors, 30-ish local vendors each event. That's kind of been fun to pull that into. Everyday life consists of, I work from home, so I feed in the morning. I get up and feed in the morning. Mike usually feeds in the evenings. Then, depending on time of year, we'll usually spend a couple hours outside after work doing things, animal care, fertilizing pastures, whatever it takes. And then most Saturdays, it's pretty much we just wake up and we have a list. What are we doing? We've got to, trim feed. We've got to
vaccinate, brand.
Yeah.
Little of everything.
Clean corrals. That seems like the endless job. I always tell people, some days it's living the dreams and some days it's just a lot of hard work. But we love the work. I mean, it's what we enjoy. I didn't grow up an animal lover. We both kind of come from semi-agriculture backgrounds. We didn't really get into it as a married couple until 2017. But we have the background, anyway. And so the animals are, they're rewarding. I mean, they bring a lot of joy. We really, you kind of get to know them each personally. I mean, we have 25-ish goats, and you can almost tell something personal about each of them. So they kind of just become a human. I don't know. Our cattle especially, we know our cattle really well. Our donkeys, I don't know. It's enjoyable. It's a lot of work, but it's enjoyable.
They listen very well.
Better than kids?
Better than kids.
Okay.
And they don't talk back.
So, I mean, it's rewarding. Doing it together, building it together, that's been fun.
They don't offer very many opinions, so
True.
No advice.
True. The festivals kind of came about, really, our first one we planned was for April of 2020, which we didn't get to do because of COVID. But it kind of started with, we started having a little bit of animals, and friends and family would come and see them, and they'd make comments like, oh, you could have your own, animals days and whatever. So it kind of just started little like that, and then just the response to it was so big. And I think we do other things during the year, like farm tours, and we do, some of the elementary schools will bring all of their second graders for a field trip. We have a lot of adults with special needs groups that come, which is extremely rewarding. Those ones are always really fun because they just love the animals, and you can just see like the calmingness of it. And then like the nursing home will bring their residents. So that's super rewarding. The festivals are a lot more work, obviously, and they kind of, half of it is because of the response, and the other half is kind of out of necessity. What the festivals go to support is basically to feed the animals.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's really what it is we hope that people enjoy it enough that we can keep supplying the demand of them being able to see the animals they don't see every day like we do. But the only way we can do that is if we make enough money at the festivals to be able to feed them.
In building the farm, we couldn't have built what we have without the festivals, for sure.
When you look at the joy on some people's faces, it's amazing. It really is, because that's what makes it worth it. It really is. When you see the kids just chasing after a baby goat and just giggling.
Well, even now, like you look over in the baby goat pen, and I had a friend pull me aside and said, you should start doing this I mean, literally there's more adults and teenagers just snuggled up to the baby goats than there are little kids, because they're just such a calming, I don't know. We had a farm tour 2 or 3 weeks ago, and she said, the biggest thing on my bucket list I've ever wanted to do was milk a cow. And we don't milk cows, we're not a dairy, but we had a milk cow that was just starting to wean her calf, and Mike said, well, I can make that happen. The pure joy on her face of milking that cow was everything. I mean, she was like, you just made my whole world. That's all I've ever wanted to do. We had another couple come 2 weeks ago, and he proposed to her with the cow because she just loves the cow. So it's just those things. Somebody asked me, are the festivals worth it? And I'm like, on Thursday before it starts, I question. Friday and Saturday is just pure joy, just watching the families enjoy all of the animals and everything. So they're a payoff for sure. I have a lot of grandparents that will bring their kids, that it's like, you know, showing them how things used to be. And it's important, like when we do the field trips for the elementary schools and preschools and stuff, we do it when we have goats and milk. So they get a chance to milk the goat, to make that connection from here is, you know, where the milk comes from, because then we'll kind of relate it to, and that's the same as cows, and that's how it gets to the grocery store. We'll pull the eggs out of the chicken coop and talk about how this, you know, so kind of making that connection between what we eat and where it came from, and then, you know, just animals in general. I think just keeping agriculture alive, because it's extremely important for all of us, whether we realize it or not. Without farms,
it's not just going to the grocery store and buying it without ever knowing where it came from. And people should know where their food comes from.
And obviously we're not farmers. We don't have hundreds of acres of land. I come from a ranching family. But it's important to keep this part of it, to realize that part of it. I mean, a part of me wishes that was our full-time jobs, was ranching and farming, but we are grateful for those that do it, and I think it's important for people to make those connections. And if we can do it with miniature animals and a festival, then that's a bonus. Friday, it goes from 1 to 7 p.m. Saturday, it's 10 to 6 p.m. Our ticket booth closes 1 hour before ticket time, so we close at that time. We petting zoo type animals. We've got a whole pen of almost 40 baby goats to love on. We've got lots of babies. We've got a baby horse. Possibly by next weekend, we could have 2 baby horses. Fingers crossed on that one. We've got our miniature cattle and their babies, so they can get up close and see them. They can plant a sunflower seed to take home, which is such a simple thing, but I get so many pictures later in the year of people that have planted it and watched it grow, which is fun. We've got bounce houses, activities, kind of some farm yard games. It's $9 a ticket. If you can get your hands on a Hometown Values book for Box Elder County or Cache Valley, there's a coupon in there, so that would get you $2 off per ticket. You can buy them online ahead of time at evansacresminifarm.com. It's the same price as at the gate. At the gate, we accept Cash Card, Venmo. And then some of our vendors are coming back next week, and then we have some new vendors again next week too. So definitely check them out. We've really appreciated their support and their promotions of the event too. It's been fun to have kind of a collaboration with that as well. Our first fall festival, we had about 500 people, and it was more local people. You know, I probably knew over half the people that came. It was probably a fair number. So that's kind of what we knew. Spring would bring a little more people. I mean, you can't compete with baby animals. And it was fresh off of COVID, April of 2021. Everybody was ready to get out, and we had 2,200 people in one weekend, and our minds were blown. This was not what we thought we would get. So we stretched our spring one out to 2 weekends, and our numbers have stayed fairly similar. I'll be interested with this year. This year has seemed busier than the last. But we've kept our fall one at just one weekend. But this last fall one, we had 2,100 people in that one weekend. So that one has grown a lot because that's our smaller of the two events. So we've been extremely grateful for it. I mean, it makes it feel good that people are enjoying it and wanting to keep coming.
Talk of the Town is made possible by supportive sponsors who love our community. Show your love by supporting them today.
Not with any strategy in mind.
Right over to Nathan James. Adrian with the pass ahead. Going back over to Dez, but Kyrie Jensen able to break that one.
Great defending.
Grizzlies come back the other way.
There we go,
Nate.
Nate.
James. He gets ahead on it. But draw back over to Taylor. Ben with a shot on that
Good
block.
pressure.
Shot from distance, and look at that save.
Nate. Good save, Nate. Well done.
Grizzlies on the near
Good,
side.
Nate.
2-2 pitch here from Harrow. Swung on, and there's your first Spring Mace Canoe strikeout here for Emma. Harrow with the delivery and another Frank Mace Canoe strikeout for round number 2. And a half-hearted swing gets a strike. Island out a 2-2 count and a swing and a miss. And a Harrow pulling the chain for a Frank Mace Canoe strikeout. Number swing and a miss, and another Frank Mace Canoe strikeout. Swing and a miss, and Harrow doesn't waste any time popping this one, and Amy, it's
Oh,
gone.
I've waited a long time to see that this season. Take the first pitch and send it out of the park. Such a good bad thing. Of course, we're happy that she hit it. We wish something was on ahead of us.
Shot over to Douglas. This one off the dirt. And
Great hustle.
Athletics. Down. Sends it for a ride out in the right center.
She is traveling. Look at her. She's going to
All
leg out
the way
a
to
triple.
third.
Okay, that is the effort that we like to see. She had a great shot out there, and the
Shows bunt running down the first baseline. The throw. And with the high throw, it got the first baseman up, and so runner safe, and Kaya Town scores another run here for Bear River.
she's a workhorse.
This one popped up high, just outside of the field, called off of
And
it.
dropped.
Right. Quickly over to second, and Lucy Roach. We're on second is Lucy Roach, and Fry already on third. Swing and a miss, and Frank Mates to strikeout. Out number 1. Over to Douglas, out of the dirt. And over wishes for out number. Drive it, she does out here. The center gonna hit the fence. Beauty will stop there on second base as the throw comes in. Future lawn looking great there. Change here at Sod Farms. Good poke here by Kaya Town. Beauty taking off, and she'll cross. Town stays over at first. Ups the score 3-0 here in the bottom. And the shortstop. Able to deflect it down. Score a run, Kaya Town. field and inside. Oh,
Oh!
called strike. Strike down, Town up off the dirt over to Richards out from number 1.
I was a little nervous on that.
Steps back, sends it for a ride, center field. It's out number. Payoff pitch, swung on and missed. A Frank Maskadoo strikeout to Strand 2. Goes bunt down the third baseline. The throw up and over. That's going to score Aoki.
She's trying to get to second.
And they'll get her out.
They will get her out, but she did knock a run in. Aubrey Fry sends one out to center. And it's missed.
1 run, 2 runs coming in. Just like that. There's up 7-0. 2 on delivery, swung on the third base line, which is there. And already another pitch in there, and a Frank Maskadoo strikeout for
A really great win today. I know you don't want to relive what happened with Logan, but just tell me kind of what happened there and what was the difference in today's game.
There was a lot of difference. I think a whole different team showed up against Logan. We actually hit the ball pretty decent. Ems was actually sick yesterday, so some other youngers had to step up and take some time on the mound, which they did their job. But Logan, I give credit to their coach. They've come a long way, and they've got some hitters, so we can just make adjustments for them next time. But as coming into today, it was just a whole nother team.
And so you guys had really great running today, and then Olympus had opportunities to score, but you guys held them. Just tell us about that.
That kid right there. She was dealing today. I think, according to me, I could be wrong, but she had 12 strikeouts, and she was just dealing. Even when she'd miss a spot, she'd come back, hit the next spot, and I couldn't be prouder of her. She was the reason why that big 0 was on the board.
Defensively, you had some great stops, but what were the things you guys did right on offense?
We attacked early in the count. We were hunting fastballs, doing the things that we needed to do. And even when, like, against Logan, we'd get deep in the count, and then we were swinging at crap. And today we would get an 0-2 count or a 1-2 count. We were behind, and we were actually pretty dang good at battling things off and then getting the pitch that we wanted that we could drive. And she was a good example of that. She had 2 hits that she was deep in the count and did exactly what she needed to do on them.
And so who do you guys have coming up, and what can we expect there?
We have Green Canyon tomorrow, which is our tradition day. So we're going to recognize Coach Calvin and the staff, and then all the state championship teams prior. So come and hang out with us tomorrow. And then Friday we have a game at Skyview. So we've got 2 more games this week. So
Fry, you were 3 for 4 at bat. 4 RBIs is what we figured you helped contribute. Just tell me a little bit about what was going through your head as you're kind of helping that momentum shift to get the runs.
Yeah, I just wanted to be there for my team. So I've been working on, attacking early in the count, and that's what I tried to do.
And so, again, I know you guys don't want to relive Logan, but how do you feel that fueled your fire today in this game to be able to turn things around?
Yeah, that was a rough loss yesterday. It was rough for all of us. So we really wanted to, come through today and just do better, I guess.
And so what do you feel we can expect from Bear River softball as the season finishes out?
Yeah, we're just keep going up. So I'm excited to keep playing, and I think we'll be pretty good. So.
Emma, you're going to be our player of the game today. 12 strikeouts, and you were sick before, so you weren't able to make a showing today. Just kind of tell me how it felt to come back and be able to have that great of a showing.
I felt really bad missing for my team yesterday, so it felt really good coming back and, being there for my team. That's just what I wanted to do, and yeah, it was really hard missing yesterday. So.
And so 12 strikeouts. We look at the stats, and you've just kind of out after out. When you were unable to get the out, just tell me a little bit about the backup you had behind you to be able to secure the outs and get the win.
When they would get a runner on, I knew my defense had my back. I think I don't know if we had any errors that game. They had my back, and so I felt confident on the mound. So, because I knew they had my back, and my catcher had my back behind the plate too.
And so some big games coming up that are going to just prepare you guys for the next stages with playoffs and everything coming up. What can we expect, and what do you guys have to do to continue this momentum?
I think the biggest thing is just keep on hitting. Today we had a great hitting game, so I think just as long as we keep hitting, then and our defense staying good, then that's all that matters.
Scott sends it over to the middle. He gets it over the net. And there's a setup, middle. Good block here for Bear River. The line's on ridgeline. Here, Cache Valley Banker to bank on here. And this one for Bear River. Here, Young to the back line. Now they're able to get it up. Barfus again with the over. libero in here for Ridgeline. Sent right back on a block. Young here from the outside. Gibbons gets it up. And in the back, popped up. Served up on a block and a put right back. Their Ridgeline. Barfus gets it over and bounces around. That's it up. Barfus this time up and has it pinned against the net. It's Bear River. Serve coming here from Andrew. Welcoming you back here from the commercial break. What a find in the corner. Barfus gets it up. Christensen gives it back over to him from the outside. Good kill, Bridger Barfus. Bottom of the 0-2, hit, and gonna die. Potter underneath it, and gets out number 1. Up with it going upstairs. Now, Talon Marble. Shells bunt. Good bunt running down the first base line. Turns the Jets on, and the throw. Not in time. A little off speed. Goes fair. That's going to score 2 runs. Going to dig it out here from left field, and Cut Easton, good lift off stick, keeps him at third, but a double RBI, stand up double here for Deegan Rigby. Still with only 1 out, pass ball, runner goes. Easton, good lift, slides into first, and sends this one up to Brooks, left field. Makes light work of that here for Potter. Swing and a miss on a breakaway skidoo strikeout here for Holden. Potter with a swing and a mill foul, but ends up here in top. Lone driner over to Talon Marble, able to field it, gets it over to Garrick for out number. It's the person with the payoff pitch. Sent out into the gap. That's going to score a couple more runs. Good back-to-back bat here for Deegan Rigby as the ball comes in. Garrick Marble crosses home plate. Runners on the corners when the dust settles. Easton Goodlift now on third as a runner. Deegan Rigby with another. It's back up again just a little bit. Drollinger sends us out to left, deep, and it is out of here. Brooks Drollinger. 3-run shot. Stretching the lead. Ready's up another delivery. This one's a bunt. Right back over to him. They'll take the out at first. Foods. Thought about it. Should have as a Frank Maskadoo strikeout here for Holden Potter for out number 2. Another pitch, and a Frank Maskadoo strikeout to strand the runners on. First comes up empty for strike 1. On the mound here for Ridgeline, number 1, Trey Purser. Pitcher versus pitcher, and this one's sent deep into left center, and it's over the fence. Another home run. Holden Potter from the mound to the plate. Now nobody on now. Garrick Marble still at the plate. Swings at this one and sends this one deep center field. It is out of here, folks. And bouncing. Back-to-back home run, or not in this inning. Garrick Marble. Sends one for a ride, now a 10-4 ball game. On with another pitch and another Frank Maskadoo strikeout for out number 2. Potter with payoff. Popped up. A drop down for Drollinger. We'll strand the runners. Bear River hits with another delivery, and this one sent out left field. And this one's over. The bats are swinging this afternoon here for Bear River. Another home run, this time by Thomas Summers. Sent out. Deep in center right. And Summers. Popped they're probably going to lose a lot of speed, but the height is still there, and underneath it, Talon Marvel, runner. Good lift, turns the Jets on! And got him! Right down center field, it's going to drop and bounce off. Popped up, kind of in no man's land in right field, and unable to get it. Straightens this one out. It'll be a second pitch will fly out on the left. Excuse me, Thomas. Deegan takes off. The throw. The third baseman, and Deegan will score with the delivery. Good shot in the middle of the defense. Runs out the run, and the ball gets past. That'll score 2 runs. Tyre and Summers come across from Brooks and sent back in a little hopper dug out of the dirt here by Marble to Marble. Talon McGarrick. And a Frank Maskadoo strikeout for out number 2, Brooks Drollinger. Chopper back over to Drollinger. The throw to Garrick Marble, and Bear River takes a sweep away here from Ridgeline. Ridgeline will take the series. Might make things a little bit interesting coming down.
What was it like to get that win in that fashion?
I thought it was a good job of our guys bouncing back from a couple games that we didn't play bad. We just didn't play as good as we have been recently, and I thought our guys did a great job this week, yesterday, refocusing and getting back to who we are, and played really well today.
So a back and forth battle. You guys actually scored in every inning except for the second, and that goes both ways for both teams. Just kind of tell me about the battle at the plate.
You know, we really put a focus into getting back to who we are and what we do, is hitting line drives and having great at-bats at the plate. Not that we were having bad at-bats the previous couple games, but we just weren't having the at-bats that we know we can have. And the guys really fought and bought in and swung the bats really well today.
And defensively, you had 2 good pitchers. Holden came out and put in a good showing for 5 innings. What was kind of the conversation you had with him? Because in our interviews, he's mentioned how he just is really good to kind of move past it, and he's done that. Tell us a little bit about him and then how Drollinger came in to finish it off.
We talk a lot about playing the next pitch. It's all about playing the next pitch no matter what happened on the pitch before. And like Holden, he does a great job with that. It doesn't matter kind of like who he's facing. All of our guys are doing that for the most part. We're doing a really good job of saying, hey, you know what, whatever happened on that pitch, it doesn't matter. We're going to come fight on this one, and we're going to go after it. And he did a great job leading us with that, and everybody else was right there with him.
And then, so I know you were nervous about this week. How do you feel now that's all wrapped up, and what can we expect for next week?
It was a challenging week for us. We knew going in that Ridgeline's a good team, you know, and they swung it really well this week against us and pitched it really well. And it's baseball, and so it was kind of one of those things that we were playing really well, and baseball kind of humbles you in a way. And I thought our guys did a great job bouncing back. And next week we got another good test, another good region foe in Skyview coming up, and we'll go back to work on Monday and get practice and get ready for them on Tuesday over there.
You guys are really solid players all around. Every game we could give you a player of the game status. Just kind of tell me what you feel you bring to the team and how your teammates help you provide that energy every time.
I think it's playing for Bear River. It's just a different feel. We've always got a team behind us cheering us on. The dugout was crazy today, gave good energy. It's easy to play. It's easy to play when you know you got the guys behind you like that.
For me, I think we're just a family. Like, we're one big family. Like, these guys, I've played with them for 4 years now. I mean, it's not really any different than talking to your brother. I mean, just being a family, I don't know, just something different about it.
And so we talked about your guys' hitting. Talon, with you almost went 100% today. Got out on that last one, but you were 4 for 5. And just great defense, too, when you're out on the field. What can we expect from Bear River moving forward? How does this win help you guys in the future?
Like Coach said, like practice, we got back to what we did best. I mean, hit the fastball, hitting, we changed our approaches, we did everything right there. And so I think coming games next week, I think we just expect the same thing.
And then Rigby, you really started off the momentum with getting some runs on the board. You had some doubles, some singles. Every time it seemed like you made crap happen when you were up at the plate. Tell us again how you plan to continue to maintain that every game.
I think just staying with our approach. We've been really good at practice on working on staying middle away, trusting our barrel and trusting our hands, getting through the baseball. Just stay within us and keep doing what we do.
Not only are you going to be our player of the game, but you also got a home run today, a 3-run home run. So both of those are going to be for you. Congrats. Tell me just kind of what it feels like to have such a success in today's game when it's such a crucial game.
It feels pretty good. Like they said, the past, especially me and the team, we just weren't doing what we usually do. We weren't sticking with our approaches. Had a rough couple not rough, but just didn't do what we normally did. And yesterday's practice, we really focused on working on what we normally do, and today it showed for the whole team.
And so, like you mentioned, a great team showing, but you were able to get that out to end the bleeding in the 5th when Ridgeline was kind of making their comeback. You come in and finish out the pitching. You get some good runs on the board. Just tell me a little bit about being able to, be confident in those key moments.
Yeah, just trusting the work I've put in the off season, and we got a team that puts up 11 runs, and it's easy to come in and pitch. Not easy, but more relaxed to come in and pitch when we're up by five runs.
And then just again, kind of how we've already talked about, how does this win against a tough Ridgeline help you guys to finish out region strong and be ready for the playoffs?
Yeah, this is a huge confidence builder for us, I think. We came into the series confident, got humbled, like we were playing good, and just really big to get a good win against a team like this.
Out. And if he carries the ball for some reason, we got a breakaway for Bear River.
Roberts.
Space. Tackled down about scrum. There's the scrum. Split the ball out, low pass. Advantage will be played, knocked on.
Run with a good steal.
Bounced off the hooker's foot, a bad pass. Big hit, loose ball. Bear River cleans it up about 5 yards out. So this is a cool play that Bear River runs. They call it wall. Kind of watch what happens here. Basically, it's good luck.
Oh, I see it. There's a try here. Jeffrey Allen.
Let it be 7-0.
Nice shot.
Good play. Trying to choose a pass. Get some space.
Down the line, gonna get pulled out.
Taken into touch.
Pearson tries to drive it in.
It's across the line. Can't get it down. Held up. He was not. Loose ball. Big hit. Ball bounces free. It's gonna be. Looks like Bear River wants to score too. There goes Nixon on the move.
Turns on the Jets.
He's gonna get there.
Allen again for the kick.
Loose ball. Jeffy's there to pick that up, and he is going right down the middle, waving them good. Yellow cards. They do have essentially the penalty box.
Jason Roberts trying to break free. Gets within 5.
Working that. Should be working that. Yep. Looks like no one's going to get across. He gets the ball down for another score. Clear the line. Great kick into space. Bounces back a little bit. Yeah, there's the pressure on him.
They're stealing for Bear River. In space.
It's a breakaway. He's able to run through, not quite run through one defender. Great steal by Bear River. They kind of got sick of.
Big win for you guys today. A strong Herman team. Did you expect it to be a little closer?
Yeah, I did. We beat them last year 42-7. So I don't. You never know what you're going to have because both teams, I'm sure, are completely different. But yeah, I thought it was a close game. We just happened to get more scores. So.
And I think a lot of that was your great defensive stops. They had opportunities to score, but you guys did good to stop them and then turn that around. What were the things you were happy to see today?
I think the biggest thing was our defense. They probably had the ball 75% of the whole first half, and we held them to 0 points. And we had 2 or 3 goal line stands right at the right at the end of the half that really kind of swung the momentum into the second half for us. So I'm really proud of our defense today. Yeah.
What were some of the things you feel you guys need to improve for your next match?
We did a very poor job today of spreading the field. We were getting overlapped on the edges. Our fullback was coming up to close that off pretty well, but I didn't feel like we were spreading the field too well. Our offense was kind of held in check by them, but I think that's a credit to their players and their team and their defense.
And so who do you guys have coming up next? What can we expect there? And kind of as the season comes to a close, how can we expect things to finish up?
Well, we have scheduled Riverton B. So these teams have 2 varsities, right? So being in a Division 4 and the only school from northern Utah, or the only team, we play Riverton B and then American Fork B, and then it's playoffs. And I really am expecting us to go all the way undefeated. If we play our game and play the way we're supposed to, and with the talent that we have, we should finish the season undefeated.
Coach Harris mentioned that you guys have 7 kids out of 22 that have actually played rugby before this. Just tell us a little bit about some of your key players and how they've evolved to know the game better.
Well, rugby's an easy game to learn well enough to play. Our kids still need to increase their rugby IQ, but yeah, our kids that have played, Jeffy is just amazing on the field. Nolan does a good job. He's played, but we've got guys that are contributing that have never played. Tyson is a beast. Owen and Jason on our back line. We've got some young kids at prop. Gavin's a freshman. So we've got new kids, and we just have done really well, I think, to teach them good fundamentals, and they do that in the game.
Nixon, a really strong play from you today. Time expires, but according to rugby rules, you get to keep going till there's an end to that. Tell me kind of what's going through your head as you get that breakaway and end with a try.
Kind of what's going through my head is I just got to move, but clock's still going, got to make a play. There's always time to make a play if the clock's still going, so just kind of doing what I can.
And so how long have you been playing rugby? What's kind of your favorite parts of the sport?
This is my 2nd year, and probably my favorite part is the physicality and also the brotherhood. This game has an insane brotherhood bondage. It's just the guys you're playing with are your best friends, and it's just super great playing with them. It's awesome.
And so what can we expect from Bear River and Cash, because it's a club team? What can we expect from you guys as the season progresses?
Hopefully wins. We got a really, really special team here. We got a lot of talent, a lot of athletes, and we should be expecting more wins and hopefully get that state title. So
usually do a grill player of the game for the sports we cover. We're going to do an offensive defensive player today and have you guys kind of share that title. Let's just talk about the defense first. You guys held them 26-5. That score could be much different if there weren't some key things that you were able to do. Tell me what was going through your head on those defensive stops.
I was just trying to make a play for my team, just keep the guys in front of us and allow us to set rucks and get the ball back.
And tell us how long you've been playing. What's kind of your favorite part of rugby? And you've played football, basketball, things like that. How does it compare to the other sports you do?
This is my 3rd game, no 4th. And it's fun. I love it. A little bit more physical than football, I'd say, as far as you keep going and keep hitting, but it's just a fun sport to play.
Just kind of talk about the offensive side. Yeah. You were 3 for 4 on the conversions. Is that what they're called?
Yep.
So tell me just kind of what's going through your head on that and how you're able to make sure you get those.
I don't know. I've been doing it for 3 years now. I just kind of relax and go with the flow, I guess. Just make sure I do everything the same way, and then it works out.
And then you had that really nice breakaway. Tell me just what's kind of going through your head as you saw that evolving and knew you had the opportunity for a try.
As I've been playing, I just look for things that I can just have a little fun. So that's what that was just I can see if I can get a breakaway and kick it and see what happens.
And then what can we expect from you guys headed forward as the season's about to wrap up?
We're going to do our best to win the championship. We're going to take that home. We didn't succeed last year, and we're gonna do it this year. That's the hope. And with the brothers we have, this team, I think we can do it.
Well, good luck.
Find out what's next on Talk of the Town and let us know what you'd like to see.